Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Rhino and the Dude.
I'm the Rhino.
And I'm the Dude, and today we're joined by
Frank Melrose. Hey, everyone.
some guy that we found on the streets.
Basically.
But here we are in another episode. I couldn't locate my watch, so I feel very naked without it.
And
afraid. But before we get going, this podcast is brought to you by the Podcast Lab. If you're looking to record a podcast, do it right here. We will get you set up and record your podcast. Is also brought to you by
Eddie Dowd Real Estate.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, let the dude fight for you by calling 410-588-6536. And Frank, let the dude fight for him.
Huh? You let the dude fight for you?
Didn't you let the dude fight for you? What are we fighting for?
Oh, and the real estate?
Real
Yeah,
estate.
no,
Real estate.
I got an offer accepted today,
Yeah.
so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, we're working on getting Frank into a fresh new nest. 410-588-6536.
There we go, baby.
But Frank is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu phenom.
I don't know about Phenom.
I mean, you've been training for
5 years.
5 years.
Like a
and-
little bit, right? That counts as some time.
I mean, you're pretty damn good for 5 years, I'd say.
I'm okay.
But, yeah, we've been training. He's a leggy guy. That means he likes to break people's legs and all. But we got two people from Jersey here, so I am outnumbered here representing Maryland.
It's all about the tail end.
You know,
Josie.
I've always,
Josie.
I can always tell when I can see, like I can tell when someone's from Jersey.
Where the
There's just
pizza
something about
at?
it.
Where the pizza? I'm talking about good pizza.
In Poznan.
All I know is
Got the
any
gabagool?
pizza.
You got to cut that fresh mutts, you know what I'm saying?
It's all about the mozzarella.
You
It's all about the mozzarella.
Did you sharpen your knife before the mutts?
Oh, you have to.
You got to sharpen your knife and you got to start cutting.
Gotta get that
the fresh
marinade.
mutts, man.
The
So-
marinade.
But seriously though, I can tell when someone is from Jersey. Like there's like something about you guys where it's like Jersey.
That sounds like a hater.
I'm not hating. I'm just
Sounds
saying
like
I can.
hating.
Also, we're like two
You
of the
guys-
only three people that he talks to.
That is true.
I was about to say, like, we interact a lot.
But you guys have like there's like a little piece to your
It's
personality.
that BDE.
He just called us cool.
What's that?
It's that BDE.
What is that?
Big balls energy.
Big
Okay.
dick energy.
I don't know this stuff. I'm from Maryland.
It's because
That's everywhere.
he basically just said we were cool.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
just
you guys are
announced we were
cool.
basically-
Like Jersey
Yeah.
Shore.
There you go. We're living our best lives.
Yeah, Jersey Shore.
I grew
you
up
know
like probably 15 minutes from there.
not everybody's cool in Jersey. We're just gonna throw that
Yeah.
out there. But
Yeah, how close were you
dweebs.
guys?
you said 15 minutes from the
Yeah,
Jersey Shore.
grew like 15 minutes from Tom's River.
Oh, okay. I was in Union County, so like I lived in Clark, but like Westfield, Scotch Plains, Edison, Union, Rahway. So like I like 35 minutes
I
from.
was about to say
Tom's River.
45 minutes maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that
Yeah.
far. Actually, maybe.
So did you guys schools like play each other? Did you guys fight each other underneath the bleachers back in the day?
No.
No.
Dang. Come on, man. There's got to be some Jersey beef going on.
What sport did you play in high school?
I swam. I was a
okay.
swimmer.
Yeah,
I was
no.
a swimmer.
He
Hold on.
threw
I threw
stuff.
I threw metal things and played basketball.
I threw metal things.
I was pretty good throwing metal things. That was like the
field?
thing I was good at. Yeah,
Spear, shot put, or disc?
all three.
Oh shit! Does your shoulder hurt now?
Yeah, I got really bad like bursitis on my right shoulder. Like there's times where like I can feel it coming. I'm like okay, and I started lifting weights again recently.
Oh, okay.
The other day I was benching. I hit 315 for 5.
Oh, nice.
And right afterwards I put up the bar. I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
My whole workout ended.
I was like this, just walking around. I like walk around and try to shake it out, but my arm literally like it comes here and it just kind of stays here. Just
My
like
Because you're afraid to extend it, man.
Yeah,
It's just like locks and it's over.
You have a shoulder injury too?
Yeah, something happened to the shoulder, but I have no clue. Like, I
Yeah.
got it checked out, and they're like, it looks
I
like
separated
a sprain.
my AC joint years ago, like 15 or something like that. And I still like that the one side I continually have just issues that aren't necessarily with that AC joint, but just other things. Will be like just all over, just that everything that's like attached to that. I've always had issues on that side there. Like right now, every time I sneeze, right there hurts, and it's just this one spot on my back shoulder blade, but it's always on the one side. Ever since I separated.
Every time
my
I
AC
sneeze, my shoulder hurts too.
Yeah.
Like, well, also I
It's
sneeze
so-
like 3 to 5 times in a row every time I sneeze. Like,
yeah,
I
and
don't
it's-
just sneeze
and
once.
it gives you that shooting pain, like
I don't like sneeze and like
hurts so
"Achoo."
bad.
I like scream at the top of my lungs, like I'm trying to make.
Oh, you
people
have the dad
listen.
sneeze.
dude. It's hard. I've got such big dad energy. That's what it really
Big
is.
dad
BDE.
energy.
BDE is big dad energy. But man, I sneeze like 4 or 5 times, and also like I like shoot my head forward, and my shoulder hurts.
So I
every time.
googled, and they said to like lean on something like this, and I find that it does help a little bit, but still.
So
Like,
basically,
I
for-
sneeze, and then I'm like, oh,
When you get out
I
of your
sneeze, and I'm
walker.
like,
So viewers at home, if you're ever gonna get in a fight with either one of these, just bring a feather. Have them sneeze, you win. That's basically all I heard.
Honestly.
You guys are
Yeah.
debilitated after one sneeze. Like,
Pretty
okay,
much.
cool.
Actually, wait, I sneeze 5 times in a row, 3 to 5 times,
Pretty much.
and then
Alright.
I'm dead.
So you got 5 shots. You get 1, and you're out for the count. So like, guys, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I know you had the whole podcast about like the guns too. So I was like, can't even use your gun if you can't aim. You're like, achoo. He's gonna hit like
He
the
also
like
keeps it on this side, so
Yeah.
it's that same shoulder. He's gotta like reach across.
He's gonna have to put it like under a desk or something. And be like, hey guys, what's up? And like, I can't.
Remember in all those action movies too, where they do the whole like it's taped to their back, and he pulls it out like that. Think about being
can't
the guy
reach.
who does this and then misses by a mile. Like,
Ooh.
like he's there. I shoot
That's
like up the top of the
embarrassing.
curtain.
He couldn't reach that far back of his shoulders.
Yeah, I
don't
can
know.
either.
How far can you get?
I'm
How
like
far-
80% turtle.
like that's with assistance.
Yeah.
Like just if I'm just quick, like right here.
That's-
What about you?
I-
You're just to the shoulder. What shoulders hurt on you?
My left one, but like I can still do
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
so
you-
I don't.
See,
I'm telling you, man, mine's just like
you can touch your spine.
I go like straight T-Rex. Like
I feel like I have a good bit of mobility, but
Yeah.
you can like probably if I. Let me see.
does
You'll
yours
probably be
pop?
able to hear it. Yeah, it pops. Oh, did you hear it?
Yeah, little one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. But now I know what shoulder to attack.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
No, I'm talking about
fine.
the opposite one. I'm trying to fix my strikes. They gotta match.
We're gonna even it out.
Yeah.
He's gonna
it
be
doesn't.
like, at the soup kitchen, just like help.
I don't unless it's
Well,
a
like, 'cause when I
flare up.
attack the healthy one, he can't defend it with the bad one. Like,
There you go.
you're just
Strategy.
teaching me how to beat you.
It's
I'll finally get my submission.
if I
Mission of the day.
as long as it's not like a flare up, like when it's actually injured, I don't feel like it hinders me. But maybe it's just been
I feel like-
7 years that I've had it, so I don't
okay.
really realize it. But I mean, it's just kind of part of life at this point.
Yeah, I've had it since high school, and like, if I always get just really bad muscle fatigue in it too. Like if my shoulder gets tired, I know sooner or later it's just gonna come here.
Yeah,
And usually I can like kind of deal with it and just kind of keep working. But sometimes I'm like,
my cousin just
but it only does
had-
that the worst with lifting for sure.
My cousin just had to have shoulder
Shoulder surgery. Got you.
surgery, and he had like the pillow back there with whatever it was, some pillow thing, and had to have the full replacement.
Do you have to do the
surgery.
whole like,
Know how he
my
did
God.
it? Playing softball.
dude?
Like
Old men doing recreation sports is the easiest way to hurt yourself.
Well, he's not even old. He's younger than all of us. He's too.
Nah, he's got some
he's
big dad
20
energy.
Yeah,
Well, the
27?
softball- So like,
yeah, 27.
It's
I personally am not a fan of like softball, baseball, and I apologize to the fans that are. It's just different strokes for different folks. Cool. But like the softball, like they do that whole like wind up thing. Like, you know how much torque?
No,
and,
he
like,
was trying to catch it. He was like going like this to catch it.
Oh, I thought
and
he was like a
caught
pitcher
the
or something.
ball. He caught the ball.
And then he landed.
So the guy was out, but when he landed, it got his shoulder.
Ooh.
Yeah.
oh, but I'm
It's not even worth it. Let him take the base.
Especially
Well,
for
man,
a-
home run, throw it over the fence.
You win.
Well, I mean,
Good
I guess
job.
you're diving for it. I mean, that's like that's
yeah.
kind of what you live for, I guess, if you're playing.
live for. That's not his livelihood. That's a you said recreational sport.
But I'm saying when you're playing the sport, like
you see how
when
many
you-
washed up high school baseball players are still obsessed with playing baseball. There are a lot of BYOB leagues that people take way too seriously in this world.
you just took a shot at like 90% of people, and I'm loving it.
Sorry, guys, but low key, don't hurt yourself with your BYOB baseball league. Like
You ever see
getting that
meme?
catch for the team is not as important. I'm
You
sorry.
ever see that meme? He goes, "I don't want peace. I want problems always."
That's just me
We're
right
choosing
now.
violence
There
right
was a
now.
big- I was down in
Fire
Ocean
it
City.
everywhere.
I was down in Ocean City this summer, obviously, and there was this big there's this big tournament of grown men playing, I guess, BYOB baseball.
maybe
It
if
looks
they can
fun. Like I
bet
wish
they're
I
having
would
a
have played
great time.
baseball.
I bet they're having a great time, but I'm
That's because of the BYOP part, not because of the baseball part.
like I don't know, man. Maybe this is coming from me also as a kid who like was really bad at little league baseball when I played for one season.
Okay.
Yeah, don't hate on
And
it.
my coach didn't give me a game ball, and every other kid did, and I was very unhappy about it. Maybe that's what it is.
Should have kicked him right in the shin. You had cleats. You would have done some damage.
In high school basketball, his son played on the other team, and I like just threw his son to the ground a bunch of times. It was a great time. Like I was
That was the pettiest shit I've ever heard. Little League
really
from when
bad.
I'm 6 years old. He goes, I waited 10 years for this moment to fuck up
No,
your kid.
it was the next season.
Oh my god!
That was spring. This was
I
fall.
thought like you waited till high school. I was like, bro, the petty behind it. I loved it.
This
I
is
was
like
that was
13
great.
years old. That was spring. That coming fall, his son was playing in the basketball league, and I was like, I'm better than you here.
I'm bodying you.
Well, the thing was, I would just drive to the hoop every play on his side, and so I got to just jump into him because he just kept jumping me, so I just kept jumping into him, and I'm
Did I ever tell you the story?
5'0", 200-pound man. And he's a tall, skinny guy, and I was just jumping into him the whole time.
Did I ever tell you the story how I got banned from playing basketball in my neighborhood?
Well, you got banned from a lot of things.
I got banned from playing basketball in the neighborhood because
Like-
I didn't know how to play it. So I never really played it. My parents didn't really watch any sports at all. So I went over somebody's house and they're like, "Oh, you want to play basketball?" I'm like, "Sure." And I'm like, "Okay, you get it in the thing." I didn't know the rules. So I'm trying to like dribble and get to the net and all. And this guy, he's trying to block me. And I'm like, all right, I try to go this way. He tries to block me. I try to go this way. I'm like, okay. Every time I try to turn, he's like trying to block me, but he's like right behind me. So I go, I know how to get around this. I mean, his head's right here, so I'm bop, 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 boom. And then I turned and shot and made the goal. And he's
Made
like,
the goal.
made the goal. Oh, made the
And
basket.
he was like, touchdown! Like, just
Touchdown.
No, you know, like the
So hold on.
Spanish
Hold on.
channel.
So
Probably like running
he's-
around swinging his shirt.
nose is bleeding and he goes down to his mom and then then it was Eddie's not allowed to play basketball with any of the neighborhood kids, so there was my
But
basketball.
also in this scenario now, I see you like celebrate like Cristiano Ronaldo after scoring a goal. After
I probably did.
headbutting this kid and shooting like your shirt's
I
off.
probably did.
Yeah, you're in the middle of this kid's driveway on your knees. Just like, yeah.
Please do that on your next submission. Like, I don't like pick somebody on the mat, like
Dude,
go
rip your
crazy
gi
hard
top
one
off
day.
and just
Like, well, he does mostly no-gi, so he's gonna
yeah.
like, oh, it's
Rash
gonna
guard.
be, that's gonna be a sweaty ass rash guard. Never mind, don't do that. That's nasty. Because
just
he's
wear
gonna like hit
t-shirts.
somebody with it. Imagine just like
you pull
walking
the
around.
two-shirt rash guard move too.
What?
No, I don't. Do you?
I always wear my rash guard and then like a t-shirt over it. I don't know. I've always done that.
If I'm eating shitty, like real shitty for like a week, I'll do that just to like help like detox and like flush myself. So I'll drink more water and like flush myself that way. But I can't. Like generally, it's just too hot.
I guess I'm just always hot. But again,
It's from New Jersey.
I think you should
It's a
just
Jersey thing.
get in the middle of the mat and just start whipping your rash guard around.
That'd
Like
be
just and
hilarious.
start playing milkshakes. Like you in the middle of the match, just like my milkshake's bringing all the boys to the yard.
do it in John Irwin's class.
Oh my! But it has to have buttons on the shirt. Otherwise,
Buttons on the shirt.
Yo,
I'm gonna come in.
go to
I'm gonna come in with a
Starfish.
gi.
Go to Starfish and borrow one of his like fun ones with cats.
Yeah.
Like one of his rash guards with the cats. And
No, I'm
stuff
gonna
on
get a
it.
button
his
up.
spats?
No, I'm gonna get a button
I don't
up.
wear spats. I don't do that.
I'm gonna get a button up or a polo with the cats on it. Wear that underneath of my gi. Go to John Irwin's class. Tap somebody out. Take the gi off and start swinging.
Get a polo rash guard, like literally with the buttons and the collar and everything. Like rash, but like it's like
Do they have
compression.
polo rashes?
No, but that would be
You could
hysterical.
sew it. You could sew a collar
You
onto
could
the
sew a
rash guard.
collar onto the rash
Just
guard.
sew on buttons. That's all you have to do. John may try to hurt you though.
Put buttons and put them in like weird places. Like put a button in your armpit. Like
Can we do that and gift it to Buttons?
I don't know
Guy
who
named
Buttons is.
He's a white belt. He's really
Buttons.
cool dude, but like he trains
Benjamin,
primarily gi.
So you'll like this story though. We gotta tell them about yesterday. So one of the white belts that we own.
we own. He's like my son. Oh my! He's like my son. Dude, that big dad energy. I love it.
I had that plan for the whole time. So this is my whole thing. You know, I think that it's a good case that you own the lower belts.
Do you
right?
know his? Do you know his name though?
No, he has not earned a name.
I know his name, but we're gonna keep his identity
that's totally
private
fine.
because
I just said
everything
you own
else
him.
was not kosher. So we're gonna
So
leave it as is.
yesterday we went to Fight Club.
Okay.
And the first rule is you don't talk about Fight Club, but we're going to talk about it.
Kind of messed up.
Loosely talk about it.
Okay.
We're going to loosely
We're just
talk
gonna use
about
no
it.
names.
This
Yeah.
guy that is a white belt, so he doesn't deserve a name. And
We'll call him.
This is a total joke for whoever wants to say whatever in the future. So he owns a establishment, we'll say.
Yeah, just leave it at
And
that.
someone wants to work at his establishment.
Okay.
So after training last night, we quickly hopped into the car to drive to his establishment because he set up puzzle mats in the back of said establishment, and he was going to grapple someone who wanted to be employed by him
So-
with the pretense of if you can survive
X
No,
amount
no,
of
no.
time.
He said if you get 5 minutes, if you can submit me, you get the job. And then
This
the
sounds
kid,
like a fun way to get a job.
but the kid said yes.
Sounds like a
And
horrible decision for him.
but the guy who said it is a behemoth. He's a big boy. He's like 220, solid power lifter, like
oh,
big boy. Yeah, big boy. And the other guy was not that big. And
But he was
out of
he won
nowhere-
states from what I understand.
Yeah, so he was
Won states wrestling.
according to the kid, he was a state champion wrestler. But he didn't tell said friend until like right before it happened.
So let's go with this. We're gonna call it the white belt employee, and we'll call it the big behemoth boss.
that's fair. Yeah, a boss and
you can-
employee.
you can say
Okay, yeah,
boss.
that's easier.
That's what we're trying to figure
Assign
out.
nicknames. That's
Yeah.
nice. All right.
I know nicknames are against your ownership. I'm sorry, but we need some identification here, okay?
He's like, I don't need to identify him. I just need to own him.
He's like
White belt.
He just goes you.
White belt.
But yeah, no, and it was basically like an impromptu fight club. And then, like, I came up to Eddie after class. I was like, "You want to go watch a match?" And I explained to him. He goes, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, it makes it funnier because, like, you know, the fuck around and find out. Like, you reap what you sow. Like." He just like, yeah, I've been training for 3 months. I'm just gonna challenge some random stranger and tell him if he could submit me, I'll hire him. And then he meets a wrestler, and the guy was like, and I was like, that's why you don't do that. I was like, you do not challenge random strangers that you know nothing about.
And I had a great idea. They were going to do 5 minutes. I'm like, no, 10 minutes. It has to
Submission
be
only.
10 minutes.
Submission
Submission
only.
only 10 minutes. If it would have been 5, and I was right because the match lasted for
like
what
6 and
five,
change, right?
5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, like 6.
That's afterwards. Starfish was there.
Spats and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he choked somebody out. He took
John.
advantage. He's like, yes, somebody that I can beat up finally. Now,
He was like, mediocre blue belts, we're here for this. Oh my god. No, that's what he said himself. I'm not calling him out. That's what he said.
Yeah, so boss won. Boss
Okay,
beat
boss won.
employee. At the end, he got a rear naked.
Okay.
But like,
So now this man's still
the other
unemployed.
kid made him work for it though. Like,
no, he gave him.
it was like a real. It was like I was fun to watch, and I was like, cool, good for you. Like,
and
proud
then
of you.
and then
He earned his respect, but
two of the
didn't-
other guys that had no experience.
One went to one of my classes last week.
Is he the one that won?
Yes. The one that
Oh.
won via head
Did
and
you
arm
teach him
came
the
to
head
my.
and
I
arm?
think so. I think he was there for that class.
Because he didn't really know how to do it, but he like got there, and I'm like, sink it in, sink it.
He started using some of the details I had mentioned, but he didn't know everything.
I mean-
it was just like he only showed up to like I think one class, and it was like the one class I showed a head and arm, and then he set it up, and then the guy he set it up on was a wrestler too. So
Oh, okay.
like I was like, man, it was
The
a
guy was a
bad
lot
day to be
bigger than him,
wrestlers.
too.
Yeah, it was a bad day to be a wrestler
wrestler.
out there, man.
And then Starfish came
Fight
out
Club.
there and guillotined somebody too.
Yeah, guillotine one of the other employees.
Okay.
Because like I think all of them were employees, so,
so-
it was like an employee fight club, and it was so funny. And then like
You want to invite to the next one?
yeah, dude, you
kinda
want
would
you
love
come
to.
and watch?
Yeah, I'll
it'd be
come watch.
great. And then
Can we
Starfish,
commentate?
yeah, absolutely.
Why don't we like turn it into a thing? Is it
He's
illegal?
gonna turn into a thing.
Is it illegal?
Yes.
It is.
Probably.
Well,
If, they
I
sign
don't
if
think.
people sign waivers.
But
I-
do they have the
we don't know if
insurance
he's
for
signing
like
anything.
to have people like doing
Fighting in-
athletic activity in the building?
I don't know. Is that
that-
even
don't
an
you have to
insurance
think-
thing, or is this like a waiver thing?
don't
Like
know.
as soon as
Don't
you sign this,
to
you
open
go
a
in.
gym, don't you need to have
If
like?
we
Yeah, it's not a gym
Gyms.
though.
I guess no one talks about it. We don't talk about it.
If you,
And if
you
it's
don't talk about
if it's
Fight Club.
boss and employees,
Yeah, you don't talk about Fight
you
Club.
just don't talk about it. We don't use names.
well, I
boss,
was just
employee.
gonna say we could make it a segment of the Rhino and the Dude, and we could set all this
Exactly.
up, and we could
Us
sit over in
three.
the corner.
Oh my God,
we could sit
dude,
over in the
Let the
corner and
flow grapple,
commentate.
that's
I'm gonna talk so much shit. I'm gonna be like, oh my God, Mike Fury.
So Daniel Cormier, Joe Rogan, and John Anik, we're just like
But in all
that's
honesty,
definitely gonna be the thumbnail of this episode. It's gonna be our faces put on top of the three men.
that'd be fantastic.
It's definitely that's what's happening.
But it was actually a lot better than you would think. Like
I bet
much
it
more
was-
entertaining.
Honestly, it's super fun to just sit there and sometimes watch people roll,
Wipe off
especially when
Fury,
they're
man.
super into
Something
it.
I have.
When they're super into it,
it's-
it's totally so much
It's
fun.
so entertaining to watch untrained people fight. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
It's entertaining.
Because they don't know what they're doing. It's so much more fun.
But what I want to do,
I think it's just watching like the effort and like
like Wild
people-
Man.
I was
It's like
talking.
watching like animals fight, just going.
I was talking to
condone
Starfish.
I'm not saying that. It's just like when you see like the videos on like
Did you
Animal
just see
Planet.
He just did that.
yeah.
Yeah, I did. I was like, it's like when you watch two animals.
He's like, it's like watching animals fight. It's like so entertaining. I was like, oh my God.
But I was thinking we should get some characters, from some rough people that are characters that are very egotistical, that are around the same weight, untrained. I was telling Starfish this, and we should have an ultimate fighter for
Don't they already
these
have
people.
that? So isn't that like Rough and Rowdy? That's the entire
They
purpose
do,
of
but
Rough
they
and
don't have
Rowdy.
they don't have an ultimate fighter. So like I get a team, you get a team, Like we'll have like a coaching staff, and we'll have them sign waivers and fight MMA. We have to have some type of prize.
Yeah,
they get a free gym membership if they win the tournament.
Winner gets $67 in a Subway footlong.
Yeah,
we pay for 1 year.
Of gym membership.
You guys are a lot nicer than I am.
I like the footlong though.
Actually, the Subway footlong should be involved.
Yeah, actually, I think that should be.
Let's get some brand.
You get 1 footlong a month because if I'm paying for your gym membership, I'm not feeding you every day. It's not happening. It's not happening. Yo, imagine
take this meatball sub.
Yo,
Terrence.
coach. Yo, coach. I won. By the way, I trained 3 times today. Feed me every day. I'd be like, nah, dude. Like, I'm not doing that. Because imagine if you got a heavyweight, how much they're gonna eat. Like even at $5 footlongs, which are $10, like
they're not.
Yeah, is that even $5 anymore?
Doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
but and then don't get olives on your chicken either.
If you're gonna join,
you're disgusting. You're gross.
If you go though, just beware because Starfish is gonna try to throw you under the bus. He was like, Frank, why did you go in? I'm like, I don't want to go in.
Yeah,
and I was like, I have you. You go in. He goes, oh, I didn't want to go in. And he goes, you can teach him what jiu-jitsu is. I was like, you're smaller than me. I was like, so if you could beat one of the meatheads, technically speaking,
that's what
you encompass jiu-jitsu even more. So, and then he was kind of like, but I didn't want to. So I pulled his Corona from his hand, and I was like, here you go. I was like, yo. And I called one of the guys. I was like, come over.
We should call him Little Hoist.
Little Hoist.
Oh, no, he's
Little Hoist Starfish. Starfish is Little Hoist.
It's John Starfish, okay?
That's
and
true.
nothing else.
We're gonna start adding John in front of it. We're gonna start
John
Starfish.
There's a few Johns, and like the other Johns are like big and in power. I'm not gonna call him that.
No, but it's John Starfish. Like
that's also fair. You have to add him. It's like a last name stuck with you. It's done.
It's like those people you can't call them by just their first name. You got to use both.
Yeah, like in high school sports when you say like the last name only.
Yeah,
Starfish is definitely a part of the show at this point. He's definitely
Starfish is in the soul of the show.
Yes,
he's here to stay.
Yeah, also when you come here with all that big dad energy and your spats and your like dress shirt up top, you're here.
But he likes to dress flashy. Like that's his thing.
That's fair.
Kitten.
Yeah,
but like,
hey, be you.
I do like nicer training gear. I'm not gonna lie about it. I wear some weird shit. Eddie's seen it. Like I come in like a lavender gi. My god, I love that thing.
Lavender gi.
But it was the funniest thing because the head coach saw me, and he looked at me and he's like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" And he's like, "Is that pink?" And I was like, "Excuse me, it's lavender."
Who saw you?
Bobaletta. He was like, "Is that pink?" And I'm like, "Excuse me, it's lavender." I'm like, "Not pink." And he
Next time you wear that gi though, after you tap someone, you gotta just go game blouses, like the Dave Chappelle
game blouse. Well, and then Bobaletta was like, if you're gonna wear shit like that, people are gonna try to beat you up, and I'm like,
they already do. That's
they
kind of the
try.
point.
Like you guys had me hunted for like a couple months. When
This
I
is
first
also the
joined.
point of what we do.
Yeah,
so it's like if you wear that, you're gonna get really messed up. I'm like,
thank you.
so what does that mean?
Please,
Because the people that mess me up are gonna mess me up. Does that mean that if they catch me in a submission, they're not gonna let go when I tap?
They're not gonna respect the tap. You're wearing pink. We don't respect pink.
What does that mean?
bent you over, like Bane slam you over.
Oh my god.
You wear pink to the gym, and then I break your body. Like slams you over their knee.
Like, what does that even mean? Oh, I'm afraid to wear that in there.
But the thing is
That's just old tough guy culture.
The
Nothing
like
wrong
even
with
the other half of it. Like I go by the thing of like, you have nice training gear or you're good at jiu-jitsu. So I wear nice training gear. I know what's up. I just wear nice training gear.
I just know who I am.
I just come in with like an OnlyFans shirt and like the Craig Jones
You have the
leopard print
OnlyFans
shorts.
rash guard?
Yeah, I wear them. I wear that
that's so
combo and I
funny.
walk in. Everybody's like,
I've seen
dude,
it.
and I'm like, and I was gonna try to go to like an IBJJF for pans with it, but then they made the stupid rule of like you can only wear your color and it has to be like X amount. I'm like, I almost want to be demoted to a blue belt just so I can wear this OnlyFans shirt, but I don't think they let me either.
OnlyFans rash guard.
Yeah, they have so many rules on that, but
Yeah.
They're just trying to make it uniform.
Yeah.
They don't want to make it look like Naga back in the day where guys had their shirts off and other guys had the shorts down to here.
I'm sorry, I don't want to roll with anybody with their shirt off. No thanks. We're too up
I
close
rode
and
with one
personal
guy
to be
one
having,
time.
like,
We saved that. We saved that
chest
for Fight Club.
Yeah, like chest hair.
This one
tickling
time
me,
I went
and I'm
against
like,
this guy in Naga that had like the Shogun Rua
Valley
Judo shorts on and no shirt. I'm like, bro, for real? Like for real?
Dude, no.
I triangled him.
You can't say anything.
I'm trying.
Remember that day we were sparring back in the day? And you opened the gym and you had your little white Valley Judo shorts
I had
on.
Valley Judo shorts.
And kicking the crud out of me and Will. And then you went and hid when someone came because you didn't want to get in trouble for trading in your underwear. Like you said, he's like, they're going to yell at me like, hey, he's in this gym trading his whitey tighties. Why they smart?
No, because the person who came in.
So I'm never gonna call you the dude again. I'm gonna call you Whitey Tighty.
Whitey
It's gonna
Tighty.
be like, what's up,
No,
Whiteys?
They're legitimate Valley Judo shorts, but they were white.
No, they weren't. They're black. I have them. They're a pair of gameness Valley
they were
Judo
white.
shorts. No, they're black and they got the
So
white.
what makes
like,
them Valley Tudo shorts? That's the part that I don't understand.
Like Valley Judo shorts are just the tight.
So it's
They're
like
just
Hoochie
tighter.
Mama shorts,
Like Valley
They're
Judo
kind of like compression shorts.
Hoochie shorts.
compression shorts. You
I'll
never
take
seen a guy that wears Valley Judo. I don't know what jiu-jitsu guy wears Valley Judo shorts. I don't know.
Shogun wore Valley Judo shorts forever.
He's not a jiu-jitsu. I
Yep.
mean, he's,
Orlando Sanchez wears them.
Okay.
No, he has like the shorts that are like more like
Yeah.
the
compression
shorts that
short-looking ones.
GSP
Yeah.
always wore.
Yeah,
It's
but
Valley Judo
like I
shorts.
also don't like that either. Like wear real shorts. Like the people that just throw on spats and like step on the mat like with no nothing. I'm like,
Well,
yeah.
I will say though, I feel like the difference between like wearing spats and Valley Judo shorts is, I have a pair of Valley Judo shorts and I always wear underwear under them.
okay.
So it's
But
not
like,
like
you know what I mean? It's like some people don't do that and they just show up
some
and they're
people
like,
just do.
and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go north south. I'm like, you're gonna get hit, man. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, like you're not gonna teabag me mid session. Like I would, good old dick twist. Like that will happen.
twisted. That guy like give him the good old. He does the whole like turn with his body when he says it. Oh, that guy. That's one of my favorite videos of all time.
Oh, we still yell that. They were yelling that at ADCC. Like we were in the
Yeah,
crowd
but-
and people were
Oh, really?
screaming it. Yeah,
Was
they
that
were
cool to
yelling
be
it at
there?
Craig. Yeah, what happened?
Was that cool to be there?
Oh, dude, it was great. The
Is
environment
that
was nuts.
is that the Enter the Dojo guy, Master Ken or something? That did that?
No, it was just like a random
mean-
fan in a stands of like an MMA fight who said it.
You ever see
really?
that
And
video?
it went viral. And you ever seen that? It's this guy. He's like sitting there. He's at like they're at like MMA fights, and the guy like turns the camera, pans to his face, and like over his shoulder, you see this like kind of like skinny white guy with like a little bit of a beard in the crowd. And he's like, grab it and twist it. Go. He does like one of these.
And then, like,
honestly, one of the funniest videos of all time. It's like a 10-second clip, but it is so
Oh,
funny.
and the guy in front of him was like recording him. So he's like, grab his dick and twist it. And he goes, yeah, twist that dick. He goes, he's like, twist it. And he goes, oh my God, dude, this is an MMA fight. Like, this is like in the middle. He's like, oh my God. And I say that now, and some people that understand the reference, I was like, I love you.
That's such a funny. Like, I can't believe you've never seen that before.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably did. It sounds somewhat familiar, but not all the way.
Eddie, you got to be a memer, man. You don't watch anime. You don't do memes. I don't know, man.
I hate anime.
Oh yeah,
So here's your segment. to
and he hates
convert me.
anime. But look,
understand.
peep the shorts.
Yeah,
He's got some
man,
fire
I got-
I
shorts.
thought that they were
some
I thought that they
Naruto
were like
shorts on right
Tito
now.
Ortiz knockoff or something.
By Hakai Culture, I have a code if anybody wants a discount. And then,
If you text me, we could put in the link down below.
yeah, I think it's Frank 12694. I have to check that though. I have it written down somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
So you get
Send
paid
it-
if
it was
people
me,
buy. Anime
Oh yeah, actually,
shorts?
apparently I get commission on these.
How do you?
They randomly reach out to me.
Are these? What type of shorts?
What
are
They're
they?
just like
How
so.
do
They're
you,
like
get these
they're
people
not
to reach out to
grappling
you?
shorts. They got
no,
pockets.
they're like mesh
The gym shorts.
You know, like gym shorts. Mesh
So they
shorts,
just
hangout
reached out
shorts.
to you like, hey, you look like a good nerd
Well-
versus.
Hey, you look like a dweeb.
You know what? They might have because
Hey,
I
man.
bought. I want to say like I
Oh,
bought.
did you buy like the shorts first?
Yeah, I bought like two
Okay.
pairs of shorts because I like anime and they
did you
looked
post
comfy and they
something
were
on them or something?
and they were mesh and I was like, yo, this is really nice. So I bought them and then I think I put them up like on the story or whatever and then they reached out. They're like, hey, we like your page and I was like, random. And then they're like, do you want to
Hey, I
be
like your
a
page.
brand ambassador for commission? I'm like, okay.
I feel like
I'm not gonna say no.
I don't know why. With you saying that, I feel like they're like
Well,
a
I guess
kid, like being like,
the
"Hey,
thing
I,
is-
I really like your shirt." Like they're trying to like low key like, "I'm just go fuck with you."
And they're gonna be like, and all you're gonna hear is ooh woo, ooh woo.
I mean, the thing is, they get a lot. So like when you have an online store, you can make as many promo codes.
Yeah.
So that's an easy way to
Easy way to
promote
get
it.
people
So
in,
you
yeah.
see somebody, oh, you want to make money, and everybody thinks, I'm gonna make so much money
Oh, I
off
knew
of
I
this.
wasn't.
I know you because you're a smart person, but the dumb people out there, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
I've lot of too many people with my baseball staple. We can't keep doing this.
We're gonna lose the
A
entire
lot of
fan
people
base.
out there think that.
And you just made fun
bro,
of anime people too? I don't know,
especially
man.
anime people.
Oh my god.
They think, bro, I'm gonna have everybody buying these shorts. My mom watches anime. My dad watches it. My cousin watches
quarantine
it.
though. That was not like
And-
a real thing prior. Like if you watched anime prior, let's be 100% honest, you were considered a nerd. And I'm like, yeah, dude,
Fair.
whatever. Like I like what I
I
like.
watched this as a kid. I know.
Yeah, like
You didn't watch it
you
before?
watched. Yeah, you do. You watched.
did?
Toonami was like the biggest
Yeah.
intro to anime as a kid ever. They had like
It had
Yu Yu
Naruto,
Hakusho,
Yu Yu
DBZ,
Hakusho,
Naruto.
Rurouni Kenshin,
I didn't watch that
One
one.
Piece. Oh, Rurouni
I
Kenshin
didn't-
is actually my favorite.
Yeah, I didn't watch. One Piece is like 11, 1,200 episodes
Yeah,
right now.
super
I'm like, yeah, we're good. I'm not watching that.
But I just remember it was.
You guys
on
aren't very cool.
Toonami. We're not cool. I'm not
very
cool.
Well, it's cool subjective. You just called us cool in the beginning of this podcast.
did.
can't
You're cool
retract
because
the
you're from Jersey.
Exactly.
And cool people are from Jersey, like
Okay,
you're gangsters
exactly.
and stuff.
So,
but you just
inherently-
violated your gangster card. You're definitely not running
Wait.
from
He goes to
Gangster
Fight
card.
Club.
gangster
Yeah.
card.
He gets to keep
We
that.
went to Fight Club.
He
man.
observes
no,
Fight
I
Club.
invited you to Fight Club. You wouldn't have even been there.
I've been to some
See?
real fight clubs.
Oh, gee.
Oh yeah. Where? In
We
the
can't
back
talk
of in the
about
back of the Chuck E. Cheese. That's weird, dude.
That's weird, dude.
I had to pick
Well,
a
to quote
dumb
Eddie,
place.
I made it this far in life without being a fucking nerd. So like,
I did not
that's
say
literally
that.
yeah.
I don't know if I said that.
Strongly debatable, but it's okay. It was funny. It was just between.
But I
me and
have made it this far in my life without being a nerd. So I'm not gonna start watching
To
anime
quote
now.
Eddie, and then Eddie straight uses the same
Yeah,
exact
he's
quote.
like, that's not true, but
That's
it is
not true. But I did
I
say
took
that.
out the F word. I didn't say the F word.
That's fair.
I made this far in my life without being a nerd.
We were on the mats and like we were training. Strongly debatable.
Yeah. Well, no, there was no camera on. He definitely yelled the F word.
Well,
don't you got
listen,
some bit?
I don't know, maybe
Straight-
so, but
bring-
in-
bring it
Straight
back.
promotion though, like if you're gonna give one a shot, like there's a new one, nice animation, not too much fan service, which is very important to me. Demon Slayer, good story. It is dark, but it is good. Full of action. That's all that matters.
you know what my fiance is gonna say if I say, "Hey babe, let's watch."
Oh yeah, we didn't
No,
bring
you
this up.
say, "Hey babe," you watch it on
babe,
your own. You
hey
work
babe,
from home or
hey
wherever you
babe,
work
hey
from
babe,
remotely.
let's watch this Demon Slayer show. She's like, "Oh, what's that?" First off, she's gonna be like, "I don't
Tell
know
her
about
it's
that.
exorcism.
I don't know about that demon." She's gonna say, "I don't know about that demon stuff," and then I'm gonna say, "Oh, it's this anime stuff," and she's like, "That's some white people stuff right there,"
I said that to Lauren.
and I'll be like, "Yeah."
I said that to Lauren. So shout out to my
Yes.
girlfriend Lauren.
Shout out Lauren.
Yeah, so I went to Vegas and we went to
Mm-hmm.
ADCC and stuff. And it was great. And then all of a sudden, she like looks at me. She's like, "Babe, we have to go here." I'm like, "Where's here?" She goes, "Before you say no." And I'm like, "I already know it's gonna be something fucking wild, and I don't want to see it. I'm not about it." And I'm gonna be 100% honest. That place creeped me out. So it was like one of the hauntest, like one of the like this guy apparently like walks around haunted, crazy places, like saves the haunted pieces or pieces of the house that was like insanely haunted, and then like puts them in like a house, and then the house has to be constantly blessed and stuff, like similar to the Ed and Lauren Warren sort of thing, but he has like permits for it and stuff, and then they have walkthroughs. Like,
How do you get a permit for haunted?
Well, no,
Excuse
no,
me,
I
I'm
think it's a
applying for a
business.
permit. For,
So no, it's
okay.
a business. So
I was gonna say.
so Ed and Lorraine, they actually had to shut down their stuff because they didn't have permits for parking in the business, and too many people were
okay.
visiting, and it was distirbing the neighborhood because it was still a residence.
Yeah.
So like that's where it changes. But like he turned it into a business, and like it's like got some weird stuff. Like one of the things, I'm gonna throw out there real quick, like very nicely, and like we walk in. I'm Hispanic, I look Italian, fine. And I'm in the room and I'm looking around. Everybody is like pale white, like sitting there. Like some people are dressed up in like goth stuff because they're like, yeah, this is so metal, bro. And I'm like, why are we here? Literally, they had one of the rooms, like outside of the room. They're like, oh, by the way. And I saw clips of it and I was like, what is that? They had a room, and inside of the room, they had a doll named Peggy. So Peggy is very haunted and very like, you don't mess with the doll, and like they even showed
mess with
videos. No, absolutely not.
Don't
I'm
mess
not
with
dumb. No, listen. No. So walked in the room. They're like, you should say hi, Peggy, and as you're leaving, you should say bye, Peggy. They're like, do not stare, do not like, engage much. And I was like, you sit there and you're like, oh, this is skeptical. But they literally had like previous footage of like people walking through, like passing out, throwing up, like nosebleeds, just like standing there because they were staring at the doll.
You know, I want to see go
Apparently
in this
it's like,
room.
no, I don't want to go in.
No, I want to.
I already went in once.
I
I
want
was
to see
done.
Nate Diaz go in the room. Like, what's up, Peggy? Where you
do
at,
that.
Peggy?
But like it was stuff like that. They had
Stockton, Peggy. Stockton.
He slaps him.
His head just explodes.
the Hibbik box or something like that. It's like one of the most haunted objects in the world. Like Post Malone saw it, and like he, as soon as he was in that room with that box, like what followed was like his plane crash, his carjacking, or his car crash, the plane crash, and his house being robbed. Like that was all in sequence, like within the month or two of like him visiting that box.
Okay, so you're dying?
I might, but like I went in and I'm like, babe, why are we here? She goes, this stuff is so cool. I'm like, this is fucking white people shit. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, this is literally the equivalent of you guys seeing a tiger going, oh, I have to touch the kitty, and everybody else is like, hey, let's not touch that. And you guys are like, no, I have to touch it. We have to go poke at it. But like, and then I talked to Eddie about it a little while back because one of the houses we looked at the bottom, like, some of it seemed like Bible verses, but it was written in Spanish, and I can understand some of it. And then some of it, I was just sitting there. I was like, that don't look like no Bible verse, my friend. So I'm kind of like looking at it. I was like, you know what?
We should have took a picture of it.
Yeah, we should have, because I could have asked my mom to translate or something.
I wonder
But
if it's still there. Let's go back and look at that. Let's all go. We're schedule a showing.
But like it's stuff like that, and
Mars.
like like Eddie and I were talking about it, and I don't know how true it is either. But like, like South America, like. We have La Llorona. Like, if you cry too much, you get taken away by an evil spirit. And they had a movie about it, like, in relation to The Conjuring and stuff.
Oh,
and
the
then,
El
like,
Chupacabra?
it's a mythical creature.
Isn't
not
the
so much like a
Chupacabra?
haunting
Isn't
spirit.
that like
I have
a?
no idea. That's the only thing I can
But,
think
like, it's like stuff like that. Like, African cultures or other Caribbean cultures, I guess they have, like, the voodoo and everything. So, like, they have, like, their spirit stuff, and they don't really mess with it. Like, you're either into it, and then you play with it, or you just don't touch it because you know better. And, like, I was always told, like, there's always good and bad, so you don't touch things. Like, even if it's not there, you don't test the boundaries anyways.
You don't walk in and Stockton slap Peggy.
Yeah, like
Just don't do it.
Exactly. So like I sat there and I'm like, nah, this kind of sucks. Like I don't want to be here, and I'm like, this place is just weird to me. And then she was having a blast, dude. She was like smiling, and she's like, this is great. And I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, am I like? And then she likes all that true crime stuff. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, dude, one day I'm gonna piss her off. I'm gonna say like some dumb joke, and I'm just gonna disappear, and nobody's gonna know because she's gonna know how to get rid of me.
She'd be like,
I have
me and
had
Peggy
that
are here to get
theory.
you.
I have had that theory.
I think they train with each other. Like girls are like, "Oh my god, fighting's so violent," but I feel like they listen to these things and then they like huddle up. They're like, "Guys, by the way, I'm gonna get rid of Brad
everyone,
this weekend."
Come together.
Yeah, like, oh, the Colts here. By the way, guys, we're gonna get rid of Brad this weekend. Brittany's got tired of him because he cheated on her for the 4th time. By the way, we're gonna do the whole Dexter theory, and we're gonna drop him off on the coast after we cut him up. Like,
I was
that's the stuff
just
that I think of.
watching
I'm
an
like, you guys are
infographic.
weirdos.
Did you guys watch infographics?
No.
Really?
I don't
They
know what that
they
is.
break. It's a
People from
YouTube
Jersey don't
channel.
watch that.
People from Jersey, don't. It's a Maryland thing.
That's not Jersey thing.
It just sounds like an infomercial. And I'm
So
over it. I'm like, yeah,
infographics-
whatever.
Sounds like you learned
Infographics
something.
is it's a YouTube channel that it'll take stories.
About infomercials?
No, it's
That's a weird
About
channel to
graphics?
watch, man.
Come on, man.
Informative
So it's a-
graphics.
It'll take stories and they'll put little cartoon to it and tell you the story. So like there'll be one about I just recently watched one because all the stuff with Jeffrey Dahmer will tell you about his life, but it'll be different things. It'll be like the guy that survived 80 days at sea, and it'll tell you like his story, and it'll animate it and all too.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there was one for the greatest prison escape. So these two guys made friends with this lonely.
Is it Shawshank Redemption?
Actually, they referenced it a
what I
lot,
thought.
but
Is this
it
the
was
one where they get off the prison on the island and have to and they make a raft and everything and try to
No.
float away?
Oh, from
No.
Alcatraz?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about
no,
that one.
that's not it. But
Sorry.
That's not the greatest one.
it was this one.
Was it the Greatest Showman?
You did say greatest.
Wait a second.
You did say greatest.
In the thing, it was saying it was the greatest. So I don't know if it's the greatest or not. They tell me it's the greatest. They said it's the greatest. It might be the greatest, might not be the greatest, but they said it's the greatest, and they said I'd be very impressed.
Also,
But after I've learned about this Alcatraz, I will say wrong. Fake news. It is not the greatest.
why is he so good at that?
Well,
So
one of your guests.
anyway, can I tell the story? So anyway, all this for nothing. But anyway, they befriended a woman that works in the prison and would flirt with her. And the thing was, they were gonna escape, and they convinced this woman that she was gonna get both of them because they were so interested. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I hate my husband," and she was so quick to be like, well, let's just shoot my husband and run away with his car. So that like the plan at one point, I think, was for them to break out and come to her house, shoot her husband, and then she would run away with them in the car, and they'd go to Mexico and sell rental boats on the.
But like, why does she have to kill the husband? Why can't you just take the car? You have the
But
keys.
what I'm saying
You're on the same
is,
roof. Just take
what
the
I'm
keys and leave.
saying is, back to the theory of these women that watch the murder mysteries.
Escape routes.
That happened a little
Secret
bit too
tunnels.
quick, and apparently the guys were like, "Yo, she was
She
real
can get
quick
rid of
with,
them in like a month. She
Yeah.
can be like, I'm over you two.
You want to end up with my ex-husband? Also, you notice how Eddie, when he was talking about this whole thing, this whole infographics show, you notice how he said it was animated? I thought that was for nerds.
Yeah, I was about to
Anything
say,
animated
Eddie.
for nerds.
Because it's based on true events,
Yeah.
huh?
Is
based
that
on true
why?
Events.
It's the depiction. It's not even true. Could you be made up story?
It is a true story. It's true.
Sounds like some Harry Potter
Guess
stuff.
what? You can't jump
Dumbledore
up
was
in
real.
the air.
Do you
and
watch the Marvel
fly
movies?
and this-
Do you watch the Marvel movies?
No, they're for nerds.
No shot. Seriously?
Yes.
Damn, Eddie.
I mean, I watch one every once in a
Spider-Man
while,
Far
but
From
I'm
Home?
like, this is something
No
for
Way Home?
children. It's for children.
Spider-Man, No Way Home.
You're a bunch of
Spoiler
man
alert, when Toby came to that
Man
portal,
children.
all I gotta say
you
is
really went for
the
the spoiler.
child of me exploded.
You guys are a bunch of man children.
He goes, prove it, jumps and like hangs by like 5 fingers. She goes, that's it? He goes, what do you mean that's it? Like, he's like, nobody can do this.
I'm here.
He's like, you
I'm
see
doing
me
this.
hanging by my fingertips. No, so they
What are you
asked,
talking about?
they brought in like Spider-Man from like multiple universes, but they had no clue
So
who
like
the
for
other
the
ones
old
were.
movies, Tobey Maguire played Spider-Man like
Yeah.
when we were kids, and then Andrew Garfield did like years
guys,
later.
guys.
And then the new guy.
Guys. Our target audience is not a bunch of nerds, so we don't need to be talking about anime. We don't need to be talking about superheroes.
Well,
we need to
sorry,
be talking
hold
about
on.
real
So there's
life
no nerds,
issues.
there's no baseball players.
No baseball players, no nerds.
Clearly, the political view from
wait,
that
hold on.
one was gone. So, like, we lost a lot of people.
We have a very niche audience here.
You have to start inviting people back in.
All right, should I have apology?
No,
Should
no.
I have apology music for the nerds?
No.
Hold on. If you are watching infographics, you're the only people.
Yes.
You're the only people I want to talk to.
Should I apologize?
In the
to nerds?
comments, comment intro infographics. Do you want to do another
Honestly,
apology?
Should
Is
I?
that going to
To
be
who?
part of your screening?
To the nerds.
So, like, you throw out your obviously the real estate number and stuff out there. So when people start calling you, you're going to screen them and be like, are you a nerd? Like, the first thing, are you a nerd?
Are you a dweeb?
Do you watch anime?
What's your favorite show? What kind of shorts are you wearing?
I'm surprised you let me on with these things. This is
I really
fantastic.
thought he was going to tell you drop trout and sit down. You in your underwear just sitting here, and fans are like, what is going on?
I'm in like a little makeshift couch. This is getting weird. this is getting a little far out there, gents.
You did say that you were gonna start like that.
Oh, like
did-
French
you
me
were
like one of your
posed
pink
up.
girls.
Your pink.
That's fantastic.
But do you want to set up your apology?
Do I really need to? Should I apologize to the nerds?
I mean, they're not going far in life, like you said. It's not like they're going to go.
You've made
But
your
the
whole life without
nerds-
being a nerd.
I've made it my whole life
decided.
without being a nerd.
I made it my whole life.
Should
being
Donald
a nerd.
Trump apologize to the nerds?
Honestly, he's Donald Trump.
Is it? But it's going to be heartfelt, or is it going to be like?
He's gonna be like, sorry, dweebs. The champ apologizes to no one.
Wrong.
What's up, nerds and virgins? Kobe Covington.
Go from Trump to Colby Covington. Let's just hit like American.
What's up?
Please,
Oh, that'd be
What's up,
fantastic.
nerds and virgins? I'm here with the greatest president of all time. Hello, Kobe. It was great. You did a great job in that fight. You really owned the libs and the radical left and let these nerds and virgins know that they are nothing like the Donald. They tell me that the nerds are good people, but I just don't see it. Anybody that sits in their mother's basement and watches the Rhino and the Dude is not a good person.
Hey, wait. Now
you're
we're exiling
considered a
people who
political nerd?
nerds in their parents' basements
Watching
too.
our show.
Is he a political
our
nerd?
fans?
Are you technically a political nerd? That impression was spot on. So like,
I'm
that-
probably
we're
a
watching
political
Demon
nerd.
Slayer. You're watching Trump to impersonate. I don't know, man.
I'm not. I don't really watch Trump that much to impersonate.
He's like,
I
there's
just picked up on little
the,
things.
the
on-
little hands.
He probably like sits in the mirror. Just does-
He's like, perfect.
I used to be able to do like a decent Barack Obama, but
well,
he's not.
Without throwing
as-
names out there, so educated definitely has caught you like in the mirror, like
In the mirror,
practicing your Trump. It has
practicing your
to.
Trump. Yeah,
No
so
shot.
educated, definitely.
So educated definitely found
Yeah.
you
Definitely.
for sure.
No, I do it to her all the time. Like,
Oh,
in
so
like
she condones it.
hello.
Oh, she's a fan of the Donald Trump impression.
Sometimes, sometimes she's like,
Yeah,
stop
she's judging him.
So educated.
sometimes, but sometimes she use your regular voice, but sometimes it's funny.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know what so educated thinks. Also, we literally tapped on at one point, between last episode and this episode, Eddie got engaged.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Eddie.
We
Good for
didn't say it yet.
Thanks, man.
Sorry, we waited until probably 45 minutes into an episode to say this.
Yeah, it's been a hot second. But
Yeah, it's been a hot second for sure.
I already said congratulations like before it happened.
Yeah, well, you told me after the last episode.
I told you before the last
Oh, you
episode.
did. Sorry. How dare I?
Yeah, you waited this long? Jesus Christ.
I said congratulations then.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah,
fine then.
man.
Yeah, I
So,
texted him,
yeah.
I think.
Window of opportunity
So-
still open. You're fine.
What did you actually do? You didn't really tell me. You said you're just going to buy a ring.
Bought a ring, man.
Okay, where'd you go?
Yeah, like how'd you do
Like,
it?
how'd you do it? We don't do these things.
Was it cute?
I've never talked to a girl.
You told me you had to get like the blessings and stuff. Like how did that
I mean,
go?
I
Like
said to her mom, like, hey, can I marry your daughter? And she was like,
you
yeah.
didn't even like take her out to dinner to ask nothing.
And not even
No,
Chipotle.
he didn't even try to sway the vote. He was just like, I'm gonna do it. Like
He didn't even like
thanks.
go to
do
Chipotle
it.
and get her guac. Like,
We don't
Seriously?
ask permission. We just ask.
No Chipotle, no
Forgiveness.
guac, no nothing.
guac?
Nothing.
No extra
Not even chips?
side of sour cream.
No.
Dude, no chips.
No chips?
If you go to Chipotle without chips, there's issues.
Yeah.
You have to. You ever try their quesadillas?
I,
They're online
No.
order only. They're nice. They're
But
really
anyway,
nice.
okay.
yeah, no, we went back to where we had our first date at on the day that we had our first date.
Okay.
And I had her family and my
Do
family
we
there.
know where that place is, or is this top secret?
BJ's.
Okay. BJ's Brew House?
Isn't that a supermarket?
Market.
So you went and got like the hot dog and like the pretzel?
Yeah, you know,
And
because
the fountain soda?
I was, you know,
And got your discount on your
that's the
bulk
thing.
items?
You can't let these girls take advantage
Did you
of
put
you.
the
So
ring
if you're
on the corn
going,
dog?
so if you're going on a first date, listen.
Did you hide in the pretzel?
If you're going on a first date, you don't want these girls to take you for all your money. So go to BJ's and eat the free hot dog.
But that's also more dangerous because, man,
free
they can
hot
just start
dog
going
in there?
shopping.
They had the free ones.
No,
I
they're
don't
like
go to
$1.
BJ's. I have no idea.
I called before and made sure. Do you guys got free samples out today? And I was like,
Oh,
okay.
you did
no, I'm
samples.
He
It
didn't
was-
even want to spend money on the date.
Dude,
He
that's
was
what
like,
I'm
"Yeah,
saying.
we're
Look
here."
at how
You
he
can't
treated her
let 'em-
mom. No Chipotle, no guac, no sour cream, no chips.
Eddie,
Like,
man, you're not painting yourself in a good light. I'd rather be a nerd than.
I'd rather be a nerd and a virgin to have Chipotle with the guac and the chips.
and
No, so
yeah.
so it was the restaurant, but we went back there, and then her family was there, surprised her, and yeah. But it actually felt
Did your
like,
family go too?
Yeah, it felt like the build up to a fight in a certain sense.
Did you have walkout?
Did you guys fight?
I played my walkout music before she showed up.
But
So wait, you were there
so
first?
she didn't get a walkout song.
Yeah.
Well, she
We
didn't know
even
that
did
she was getting
walkout songs
proposed
during
to.
Fight Club. Like how do you
What
not have
about-
walkout songs?
What are you talking about? She didn't know she was getting proposed.
Yeah,
to.
I know, but that could have been part of the proposal. Be like, you getting married today? Walk out,
Yeah, so pick a
You could've
song
made a
right now,
mix
girl.
track for
Work.
her.
It could be like, so hot
No, that's not-
here,
the-
hot in. And then she could have done like the whole Ray Lewis dance while she walk out to get engaged.
Well, she didn't know.
Start playing
we were.
Cotton Eye Joe.
I told her we were gonna reenact the first date and to look good, and I made sure we got the same seat. We came
So you're
out
saying
at
she
the
doesn't
same
always
seat.
look good?
Not to her
That's not very cool to-
standards.
so educated.
Not to her standards.
Okay.
So to her standards.
Yeah, they have a different standard.
Yeah,
than
that's
we do.
true.
Yes.
That's fair.
Very, very.
That's the thing. She always said, when you finally engage, ask me to marry you, make sure that my hair's done and my nails are done, and make sure that I look good. I'm like, well, you're gonna know that I'm gonna propose to you because no man ever says, oh, make sure you look good tonight.
Get your nails done.
like I said,
Maybe then you should have done it like randomly, like 2 times over the past couple of years.
That's-
like, hey, go
but
get your hair and nails done.
what
Just randomly.
I've heard it
but then
into
like take her
more.
out to a nice dinner. Like that's literally like the premise. You could be like, hey, listen, I want to try out a new fancy restaurant. Like, get done up, and like I would like to go
Yeah.
next week, and that's all you have to say. And like
You
but
tell
if
your
do it more
woman to
than
get
once-
done up.
No, I don't say
They're going to do it themselves.
I know.
They're
I feel like that's
going to
rude.
do it themselves.
we're
If
just
you
saying,
say,
you
get
could've
yourself done,
tricked her.
now the 2 hours that it takes them to get ready, if you say, make sure you look good, now it's going to take 4 hours. You just shot yourself
And
in the
that's
foot.
how you're
that's
gonna
why you
alienate
lie to
women
her.
from
You
your
tell her the
podcast.
reservation's at 7 when it's actually at 9, and you tell her at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. She has 8 hours to get ready. You're fine. Big brain energy.
But that
BE.
depends.
That big dad energy.
But
right there.
that depends. That depends,
know
though. With the hair situation, that depends.
Fair. But like,
I just think you could have strategically done this better. Like the mother-in-law could have had Chipotle and some guac.
I'm still kind of stuck on the fact that
I'm
you did
still
not buy
stuck
her
on that.
Chipotle or something.
Yeah, or something. Like I feel like that's at least a nice thing to do. Like it's $13.
Bro, at least take me to fucking ice cream. Like
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would at least take me to ice cream. I would
Dairy
go to the
Queen.
Charmery.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
take
Saturday
Dairy
morning
Queen.
cartoon ice cream I'm with. But
I
Shin
didn't
used to
know
like
that I
it. He
was
doesn't work
supposed to
anymore.
buy her ice cream. I mean,
I think
But it's like you
should
have
put
to
an ice cream
woo
cake.
her. You have to woo the
You
parents.
should have honestly. You should have.
let's go get an ice
bought a
cream cake and let's go down to.
get the
I need you
icing.
guys to come with me.
Yes.
And we'll go to her mom's house and bring her ice cream
The
cake
commentating
afterwards.
team will come with you. Daniel Cormier, Joe Rogan, and John Anik are on it. Let's
We'll
go.
say Cotton Eye Joe because that's easy for the words. Where'd you come from?
You're
Where'd you go?
You're gonna be holding a cake, and we're gonna be behind you like. Cotton Eye Joe. You can make a cake with like, "Can I marry your daughter?" written on, like with check yes, no, and give her a little icing thing, and we're gonna be in the background
like,
just singing the Cotton Eye Joe, and I'm gonna be dancing.
On the cake, you also have to have in parentheses, even though I already proposed. Like, already done doesn't matter, but I'm asking.
We decided cake over Chipotle after talking about Chipotle for 8 minutes.
I love ice cream cake though.
That's great. He's awesome.
It's my favorite cake.
Especially
Yeah,
like the little like.
Little like cookie chunky.
Yes.
the crunchies. Yes.
So I like it when they do the crunchies and they add the fudge to the crunchies because not all places do
Yeah,
that.
not all places do that.
That which I
layer
think
of
is an
fudge and layer of
atrocity.
crunchies, yes.
Yeah, like because they when they merge the two though.
Chef's kiss.
Oh yeah. Because
Like
like
also though, the ratio of vanilla to crunchy to fudge to chocolate
Has to be right.
is deplorable in most cakes. There's way too much vanilla.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of vanilla. I don't hate vanilla.
yeah, but
I
they do
I
like
want it to be
this
more
much
equal.
layer of vanilla and then they give you
Exactly.
like this crunch
That's
and then
right,
there's like
then
this
that
chocolate.
much fudge and then like that much
what
chocolate.
age-
They got to be
100%
generous with the
correct.
fudge and the crunchies. Like that's
or,
big.
Or at least do like an even chocolate to vanilla ratio.
I appreciate those. Dairy Queen has a good one, ice cream cake.
But
I love
you
it.
ever
Dairy Queen
notice
ice
when
cream
you're a
cakes.
kid, the like yellow vanilla cake, nobody ever likes that as a kid. At what
always want the ice
age?
cream cake.
At what age do you get like
And an
now when
adult,
I eat
you're
a
like,
piece of
"That's
cake?
cool."
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
At what age does that switch happen?
I mean, I always liked ice cream cake, and I asked like that's every year. That's my only ask on my birthday is I have to have an ice cream cake. Like
Yeah.
I don't
I like
care. Like they're like, let's try something else. I was like, whose birthday is it? Right? It's my birthday.
birthday?
I was like,
This is the guy that
I
animated
don't
shorts
even.
birthday.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was like, I don't even
Ice cream
ask
cake.
for anything. The only thing I want is an ice cream cake, and like that's it.
If I brought you an ice cream cake to class,
Bro,
would you
I've-
eat it while you?
I actually
while
I
you
would eat it
trained?
while I'm teaching you guys. Absolutely,
That'd be
I
awesome.
wouldn't even train. I'd just be walking around. As
Walk
long as
around
like
eating cake.
Jamie and John don't care, I would do it. I don't want to get yelled at for it. But like,
Don't mess with John.
yeah, ooh, that's true. But like the other part is like ice cream started getting better when you didn't eat it with a wooden spoon anymore.
Oh yeah, the little thing.
Do you remember those? Those little like
Oh, the ones
styrofoam
from
cups?
school?
Yeah, and they
You
had
got
like
that
the little flaps.
But
I
it wasn't
like
a
those
flat, It
things.
wasn't
Maybe
a
I'm
spoon,
just
though.
white
There was
trash.
barely a dent in it.
Yeah, I know. It was just a piece
No.
of wood.
Maybe I'm
They're
just white
cardboard.
trash, but I always
But-
liked that. I was like, oh yeah.
You like the wooden spoon?
I mean,
No,
I
it
can't
wasn't
say I
really
like
a spoon,
spoon.
it
I
was like
like
a-
the
You would just
styrofoam
accept
cups.
it.
You would just get excited about the fact you had ice cream, but then when you get good ice cream, you're like, man, this is great. Like it doesn't taste like cardboard anymore. And like I feel like that's when the switch happens. Like when you get out of that elementary school ice cream stage, like
Also-
you're like, oh yeah.
I'm just gonna say my opinion now. That yellow cake starts tasting good once you have to start paying taxes. Like once you pay taxes, you're like, man,
man.
this yellow cake's so much better.
But that's like, but that's when you start to sleep heavy too. It's like when you paying taxes, that's when you really like. You're
You
like,
guys pay
I
your
get sleep.
taxes?
Well, that's why you're
I don't have my tax
IRS
returns. My
IRS
tax
audit
returns. You know,
tomorrow.
I don't know where.
The podcast audited. Podcast lab gone. Eddie Town Real Estate will not fight for you. He's fighting to get himself out of jail.
He's gonna be audited
Taxation is
tomorrow.
death.
Like, the IRS is gonna send you like a mail. They're gonna bust through the door right now. Like it didn't even get published, and they're gonna be like, "We heard you."
Eddie's gonna be
did.
sitting here like, I did not do the tax fraud. I can't do Trump.
There was no tax fraud there. This was just a ploy by the radical left. They tell you, why don't you pay your taxes? Why didn't you pay your taxes? And I told them I paid my taxes, and they look at it and they say, yes, you did a very good job paying your taxes. A very good job. We're very impressed, they tell me. They tell me they're very impressed. But then Nasty Nancy comes up and says, oh, where are your tax returns at? Where are your tax returns at? But I tell her, Nancy, I paid my tax returns. Where's your drunk husband at? That's what I want to know.
Oof.
You know, that's what I'm gonna say next class. Like when somebody's being a lot or they're being like annoying, I'm gonna call them a nasty Nancy, and I'm just gonna sit there and be like, yeah, whatever. Like, nasty
Take that, nasty Nancy.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "What'd you say to me?" I'll be like,
What'd you say?
And then
I'll
I'm
be
like,
like,
right
I
out of nowhere,
have
I'll be like,
my
that's
bluebell
right.
starfish. So
Starfish, attack.
Yeah, I'll do
Starfish
it.
is like a
I'll be
Pokemon.
That's I was just thinking that. I was like, we can keep starfish in a little ball.
Well, my starter's Pokemon, Starfish, John.
Yeah, like have him go out there. Why do I have to do it? What?
What's starfish doing right now?
He's probably at Open Mat actually. 'Cause
think?
It's, it's Wednesday.
Think he's getting smeeshed.
Schmeished.
Possible.
Should we
He's
call?
like one of the smallest guys in the gym, so like you
Should
just
we
kind
call
of
him?
assume by
He's not
somebody
a very
leading
big
him.
guy.
Should we call him and leave him a
$150,
message?
like wet.
He's not even that.
he's
Should we
skinny.
call and leave him an encouraging message?
I think Donald Trump needs to call and encourage John Starfish.
That's a big one, yeah.
Hello,
I think about it,
Get a
Starfish.
PSA, and then he could set it as like his ringtone, or like his walkout song is gonna be your your Trump.
You know how like when you
motivational
call
speech.
someone that used to play the classical music,
Yeah.
it's just Eddie talking as Donald Trump when you call Starfish.
Hello.
This is Donald Trump.
This is Donald J.
This is
Trump.
the phone
Starfish is
talking
not
for
available
John
right now.
Starfish. Like, oh, perfect. I love this whole plan.
That'd actually be a good idea.
That's what you should do. You start new business. This podcast is
first-
also brought to you by the Donald Trump impression
impersonations.
calls.
I am the
first-
Starfish, man. It's
You give us a message, we will do a Donald
Dude.
Trump impression and send it back to you.
You know what? I could just
could
probably
probably
make
make
a whole
it-
business
after-
of a prank calling people as Donald Trump. Like prank call your libtard cousin, you know?
Dude, you can
Hello,
definitely, after that-
Henry. Hello, Henry. I heard that you don't like me
Why
very
you gotta do
much.
Henry like that?
We like Henry.
Yeah, Henry's a cool guy.
I haven't seen him in a hot second, but we like Henry.
But also, dude, after that business pops off, you could definitely afford to take your mother-in-law out for Chipotle.
Yeah.
That's your new like.
But we're gonna go take her an ice cream cake, and then we're also gonna go. We got a little road trip. We're gonna
No,
get the ice cream cake. We're gonna go
Hot
take a
Joe.
picture. We're gonna go take a picture
Take a
of the.
picture with what's her Peggy?
yeah.
Take a picture with Peggy.
No,
You guys are on your own. You're going to Vegas for that one. I'll wait over here.
I'm not going there. Not to that. Did you look up the Luxor when you were there?
Yeah, I was in the Luxor.
Did you look the thing up that I sent
What's a
you?
Luxor?
Yeah, it was just like a bunch of people that like died randomly.
Killed themselves in the Luxor. and
There was a
stuff?
couple people that did.
They say that there's some stuff with it. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's people that
that's what we
think
heard,
that if
but,
they
like-
go to the Luxor, that's the one that looks like the pyramids and they got the.
Chris Angel used to perform.
Okay.
There. So like everybody knew him because he stood above the light, and it's like 10,000 degrees apparently. I don't know. They just make up numbers. I feel like
Yeah,
after-
10,000
pictures.
degrees.
There would
Your body
like I
would
said, they make up numbers
incinerate.
up a little bit.
Your
Yeah.
body would be gone.
You would have
What?
the best tan of your
That's
life.
the thing.
Actually, you
It
could
shows-
compete with Trump after tanning in front of that
Chris
thing.
Angel, man, guy had a tan.
They literally
remember
said
what
that
it
it
was like. I
was
don't remember what it was like.
10,000
He
degrees.
did after a little bit, boy.
Did they really say that?
I don't remember, dude.
It's-
It was like some
it's-
exaggerated number.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
we
just
don't know
saying,
for
like,
sure.
if they said that, it just goes to show how stupid most people are that watch
Well,
TV.
So here's the thing, like
Now we're coming for you guys.
Yeah, dude, this is the Alienation podcast.
They're the Alienation
like,
podcast.
apparently like the beam from the
Canceled.
top of the Luxor should be like able to see from like the skies. Like
Okay, so it's a super luminescent.
yeah,
light?
and they said it's like really expensive to change the bulbs and stuff every year. or
Oh, I do
whenever
remember
they
that.
do it.
Yeah, the bulbs are like crazy expensive to get.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
radiate so much light. And
But there's people who have killed
Makes so many
themselves in the
lumens.
Luxor because they believe because it's a pyramid, their soul will ascend
Wait,
to the
did you
heavens.
become a
that was
pharaoh if
part
you
of
do
it,
that?
yeah. Well, they
You
also
become a pharaoh.
Something of that
some
sort.
people actually thought that, and some people thought that the fact that it's built in the shape of a pyramid, it invited the old spirits. And I'm like,
Oh, so you'd become one of the pharaohs.
come on, man! Like,
Do you remember that show from when we were kids, Mummies Alive?
No.
It was like
I know the movie,
cartoon-
The Mummy.
no, it was like
That
a
was a
cartoon
movie.
about there's like this kid who was like the reincarnation of like some pharaoh, and these mummies come back to life and have to protect them, and they get like armored in like vehicles and stuff. It was kind of like a Mummy's Power Ranger. It was weird. I just remember.
Mummy-
What channel
Power
was this
Ranger.
on?
I think it was on WB Kids or something like that. I don't know. I watched a lot of weird shows when I was a kid.
Mummy Power
explains a
Rangers.
lot.
That sounds kind of cool. I would have watched that as a kid.
It was interesting.
I would have watched that as a kid. All right.
It was a weird one.
Are they like all different color wrappings?
No, they would get like armor, and the one guy had like green armor, the one guy had like blue
It's
armor, the one guy had,
literally
like, purple armor.
it's just the Power Rangers but with mummies.
yeah, that my
You know
wraps
in
are
the movie,
green.
you know in the
very
movie for the Power Rangers
familiar.
movie they had like the karate outfits. That's what I'm talking about. When they had like the ninja costumes.
Oh, I know what you're talking
For the
about.
one movie that they did.
Yeah.
I liked. I was big into like mummies and all when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's because you were a nerd.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It was kinda,
Technically, that's a different facet. He's not wrong.
yeah.
Like Greek mythology, like God of War stuff. Like,
I wasn't like
Kratos.
into the
Yeah,
stuff,
that
but
was
I
good.
just thought it was interesting. Whatever with the pyramids and all, because we knew one of the family friends went there and they showed me pictures, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you've been there? That's amazing."
That's probably a cool place to go.
Oh yeah, I'd like to go, and I don't want to go inside, but I'd like to see it from a
Like seeing
distance.
from the outside, yeah.
with the.
Pyramids.
When I was a kid, we went to
I don't like you said, but
I'm not going inside. What?
Do they even allow
They
you
don't, but I'm saying, you know,
But
your
if you're like an archaeologist gonna go
your
inside.
girlfriend
that.
would want to go inside.
she'd
Like,
wanna go
we're gonna
inside.
go on the mummy tour.
she'd be like, "There's Mummy Peggy. Make sure you
what
say
I'm
hello and make sure you say goodbye."
She'd have been like, I heard if you touch like the mummy's foot, it's like a rabbit's foot and gives you good luck. I'd have been like, no, that's how you disturb the dead and get haunted.
We leave.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'd have been like, you're on your own. And I told her, I was like, the entire time in that place, I prayed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I pray. And I was like, nope, not doing it. And like, we're sitting there and I looked at her. I was like, if something follows out of this place, I was like, I'm telling you right now. I was like, if I go first, I'm haunting you with
How
the
much did it
spirit.
cost to go in this place?
Us two.
She
Coming
paid
for
for it. She didn't like.
She didn't let him know.
She like orchestrated it. So like.
So you don't even know how much money she wasted to go in this place.
Yeah,
So it probably was like $100 or something of that sort.
probably for the two of us.
Yeah,
I could do
and
that.
something where
It's
you'd
Vegas
be
for sure. It's probably
something-
$50 a ticket. Which isn't bad,
I'm
but,
thinking more.
For Vegas, yeah.
If she probably
maybe.
didn't
It's
disclose it,
Vegas.
because you'd be like $50, whatever. But if it was $100 a ticket, she'd probably be like, I want to go on this, but I don't want to.
She's like, I'll take the bill for this one.
I don't want him to be like, this is stupid, and we're not wasting our money on this. So I'm going to pay the $200.
Like, I'll pay the bill.
I
for
don't
that
know.
one.
I'm just
I mean,
making assumptions.
I feel like that's a thing. It's
Yeah.
like, you know how like realistically, both parties always spend something dumb in a relationship. Always. Like,
And
Bro.
he's taking his girlfriend to BJ's for their engagement. What are you talking about? He's getting the free samples.
okay, and
His wife-
I'm gonna counter
his
you. And I
mother-in-law
know
did
you're not
not
gonna
get
answer, but like,
Chipotle.
how many firearms do you have that you purchased?
I don't have any firearms, sir.
Okay, so
His
anyways,
arm was on fire once. That's what you're thinking about.
okay. Well,
Cooking accident.
That's not a waste of money. That's not a waste of money.
after like
That
one or
is-
two, it's absolutely a waste of
Because I
money.
have to arm all you people if you don't have guns.
I have two of my own.
So
What do you
this guy
mean
doesn't have
arm?
any. So I got.
I have a harpoon.
I got to arm people
That
like
is
him.
so
No, I'm just kidding.
So that's
so
what
metal.
I tell her.
That's
you know,
so metal.
you know, you gotta buy as many ARs as you
Yes,
can
harpoon.
because you gotta arm everybody. So what are you gonna do when the stuff
Why are
hits
you
the fan?
arming everybody? You only have to arm like the immediate people. Or
need a
if
big
you care
army.
about the immediate people, you
Because
tell
I got a
them
really
themselves.
big team.
But like that's what I'm saying. So like I know it's like few individuals that have like 10, 20 guns. I'm like my friend.
It's a good investment.
For what do you need 20 guns for? You can't shoot.
They
That's
go up in value.
you
They go up
have
in
as
value.
many guns as you do fingers and toes. For what?
Exactly.
For what? You can't use them all.
Well, you just told him. And he's going to learn how to shoot with each one of his toes.
Yes.
Like AK with my
But
thumb.
like the barrels would
shotgun.
overlap, and they would, I'm like trying to actually
duct
picture it.
tape.
And it'd be like
You're
really
trying to figure out
weird.
how to do it.
big duct tape them all together, and then you just take a
Edward
rod.
Edward Bullet Hands.
No, have you,
Eddie Bullet Hands. He'd be like-
have you ever seen those things where they take the PCB pipes with the two mummies and make them walk together?
Yeah.
And he's just got like 20 of those all with guns and just like.
Did you see the guy that made like the superpowered potato gun?
Wait,
Like
Oh,
it
like
was
the rocket
Frank.
gun?
Oh, that
Frank,
thing was
Frank,
nuts.
Frank.
What's up?
I can't believe that you just did that.
What? Potato gun?
You just
Eddie-
said. You
Eddie
just
Bullet-
said that it's a
Bullet Hands?
waste of money for men to buy guns.
I didn't say that.
more than
I
two
said
guns.
for I
More
know
than
no,
two
no.
guns?
No,
you need more
can
than two
have-
guns anyway.
I
But
want a third, so I'm not gonna lie about it. But I'm saying if you have like 20, that's excessive for what?
Don't say that. You know what you're doing? Men, turn the volume down if your wife is listening right now.
does that have to be
I
men?
can't let her replay
Any
this.
person-
She can't hear this, and I don't have any
Eddie,
guns.
I'm
on her. I
not
don't
so
have any.
educated to learn this.
Guys, this is gonna be blooped out. It's fine.
This is
the episode's
bleeped
not
out.
coming up now.
This is it's canceled. You cannot do this to men.
Cancel Frank culture.
You cannot do
Frank,
this
he's
to
done.
men.
Well,
Sorry, Frank, you're gone.
Listen, I'm wearing brave kimonos. You can't cancel Max. We like Max.
No,
Well,
don't cancel Max.
it depends on his opinion on this too, because he can
He's
get
like, "I'll
canceled
cancel
too.
Max.
Max is gonna walk through the door and be like, "I'm gonna head and arm you like I did Orlando."
Well, good thing I got them 20 guns.
He's like, come in here. He's like, come in here.
Which one do you want? Hold on.
That's gonna be your new nickname for me. I'm not even gonna call you the dude. It'll
20
be like
guns.
Bullet Hands.
Bullet hands. I like that one.
that,
That's
yeah.
cool. Bullet hands.
That's a good one.
But
There's definitely a character in the show who did shoot like bullets out of his fingers too. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. But
mean,
you
you
definitely
have to
need
shut
more
the
than
spirit
three.
gun.
Spirit guns.
What do you have?
Just get your mesh.
You ain't ready for the apocalypse.
Bro, don't get me started with the apocalypse thing, because everyone's like, "Oh my God, zombies are gonna happen." I was like,
No, I don't believe that.
realistically,
I'm just
no. There's a
saying.
lot of people that do. I'm like,
Oh, I know that's so stupid.
Man, we're attacking subcultures today.
That's not even a subculture. That's just like people. Do you know how many people actually believe in like zombies are gonna happen? Like
Yeah.
very soon. Listen, reanimation, sure, maybe it'll happen. Maybe you can reanimate cells, but like if they are starving, their lifespan is going to be the same as ours would be, maybe a little longer.
I
without
really think people
deterioration.
miss the
Everything
point
would just
with the
cramp and go,
whole
gone.
with the zombie thing. I think that it is more about dehumanizing people, like you to me, to where I'm more detached from you, like and don't value your life. I think it's more about that, and it does that more because you gotta be ready to kill somebody that's close to you. I feel like it's more that than it is.
Okay.
Oh, these zombies are gonna come out. I've always thought the zombie
Well,
stuff was stupid.
I
if
understand
you're-
that because in I Am Legend, I definitely was more upset when the dog died than when Will Smith died.
facts.
I was definitely more upset about
I
the
think
dog
like
than Will
everybody in
Smith.
the theater cried when the
Yeah,
dog
you
died.
were
and
really
when
upset about the dog, but when Will Smith died at the end, you're like,
You're like, good job, Will. Proud
Yeah,
of
we're
you.
proud of you, Will. Hey, watch out for Chris Rock.
Keep my dog's name out your mouth.
This character from I Am Legend just walking the podcast and slapping me in my
Can
face.
somebody please make a remake to where he's slapping one of the zombies?
Oh my god, that'd be great.
And like the zombie like has the dog's leg in his mouth. He's like, keep my dog's leg out your mouth.
That'd be a good one. That'd be a real good one.
I'd be pretty good at memes if I put my mind to it.
So
You could.
I've
would.
come up with some good ideas.
But even going with the dehumanization thing, like they're also doing like the whole class separation and like
Oh, yeah.
the racial profiling and all that.
Yeah.
Like the more you subdivide and then the more you dehumanize people, like it makes it so much easier to turn them against each other.
Of course.
I feel like that just happens and it's like progressively getting worse. Like
Exactly.
and I'm
But
not
think about it.
naming any groups or anything, but like a lot of groups in the most recent years are like, it's about inclusion. And then they attack everybody. So I'm like, to have somebody learn and understand, you have to be patient with them. And like that goes along with like any sort of teaching, coaching, whatever you do in life. You have to have some sort of patience and like be open-minded to learn. But like as soon as you close yourself off and you start attacking others, you literally are counteracting. You're being a hypocrite because one, you're standing against everything you're preaching about, and you're practicing
Exactly.
the opposite. And then the other half of it is like you're not teaching anybody. You're just teaching them that violence gets seen and gets known, and then everybody thinks that that's the answer. Granted, Fight Club violence is the answer, but like in
that
those
point-
scenarios,
but on that
like
point-
a sit-in discussion, like an open discussion, that's literally what you need to grow. Like J. Cole is one of my favorite rappers, and he says it best. He's like, he has a whole song about it. I forgot. It's not Middle Child. Snow in the Rough or Snow in the Bluff or something like that. Like
on the bluff.
yeah, and he talks very, actually intelligently about it. Like I like J. Cole because he's a very real smart guy and he raps about real things, and like that's what I appreciate about it. Like if everyone's like, oh yeah, like guns, women, drugs, cool, money, and I'm like, is there any substance? He's one of the ones that has substance
Yeah.
in my opinion, and that's why I appreciate him. But he talked about that blatantly in his song, and he talked about one of like the well-known individuals in a certain culture that speaks on the conservative side, which is fine. Like either side, don't really care. But he also said that the way it's being approached by that said individual should be looked at because she might know what she knows, but she's also going by the assumption that everybody else knows. So that's
Gotcha.
where like the aggressive standpoint can come
I understand
into
what you're
play.
saying. So So 2 points on what I was saying. So we're talking about the zombies and how we're saying it was dehumanized, and what you just said. Think about it. When we talk about the vaccine and the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated, look how people were looking. A certain segment of people were
absolutely.
looking at the people that were unvaccinated. The people that were unvaccinated. No, I was just pointing in general.
I know. I'm just messing
How they
with
were looking at it, and it's like they're the zombies. That's how it was treated. Like the unvaccinated,
Yeah.
be ready for a cold, dark summer. Where's
I've had those
my
judgments
dark
before,
winter.
and like
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
not like I sit there and like I'll have people, and this goes to our college discussion earlier in the day, that like they think they're high and mighty because I went to college. I'm like, I don't care, dude. Like I don't care. Like, fine, a lot of people go to college. Doesn't mean you're intelligent, but regardless, they're sitting there and like when I didn't have it because I had to get it for work. I wasn't a fan, wasn't really wanting it. Like, I was pro-choice. You want to do it, do it. If you don't, don't. Like, you run the risks, that's your problem.
Yeah.
But, like, it wasn't... There's too much background info that I would talk about for that, so we're just going to skip it. But they got, like, mad at me, and I was like, why? And they're like, why are you saying pro-choice? I'm like, because I don't tell you to get the flu vaccine every year. Why would I tell you to get this one? Like, you do it if you have to, if you're compromised and you want and you feel comfortable, run it. But don't do it because somebody told you to do it, and then don't give me an attitude about it. Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
why are you so invested? Like,
I'll grab my
in
chancleta and I'll throw it across the room.
Yeah.
I will hit you with that Hispanic sandal. Like,
Hispanic sandal.
they never miss, man. Never misses.
It's a ninja star.
I don't know. Do you think that they could hit George Bush?
Facts.
He's got the head.
Well, no, because that guy used sneakers. That's trash. Like,
Fingers don't work.
no, you have to have a
Sandal.
sandal. So, I have a puppy, and I don't know if I told you that, but I have a puppy. Her name's Scarlett. She's a 6-month-old husky. She's now 6 months. The one day in the hallway, she like ran down the hallway because we were playing around, and she was still potty training. She was like probably 3-4 months, and like she looks at me and just squats to poop. In
The
middle
dog
of the
just did
hallway.
that to me today.
And I was like all the way down the
Literally.
hallway. I was not gonna catch her. I was like, no. So I like it was like the
sandal
most
up.
like chancleta thing I've ever done in my life. I like kicked it up and I grabbed it in the midair. It was so cool. And I threw it across the hall, like all the way down the hallway. It hit her square in the butt. I was like, and she just stopped. She didn't poop. She just stopped and looked at me, and I was like, we're going outside. I was like, I don't know how I did that, but I finally got the powers, and I'm never letting them go. And I'm like,
He's like walking around his house now, like flipped off his sandal, hitting the TV to turn it on. He's like,
I hit
when it
the
goes off,
remote.
he's like sitting on the couch, like, bing, left behind him.
I sit in bed, I throw it like so it goes around like the movie Wanted where
Yeah.
they curve the
They curve
bullets.
the bullets.
You just curve the sandal.
Curve the sandal.
That'd be so good.
Yeah.
My buddy could like.
I had another point
When
on
we
that,
were
but I can't
kids.
remember what it was.
Oh, sorry.
On the zombie.
No, we're on
was-
sandals now.
Wait,
We're
you
past the
want-
sandal throne.
My as a kid, my buddy used to like fold like paper, like origami. He was learning it. He used to make ninja stars.
Yeah, the stars and throne.
It was so cool.
Dude,
but he
that was
didn't
just
even
so
do
much fun
the
to play
single layered. Like he did the multi-layered ninja stars. So they were like a little heavy duty. They had like 2 or 3 layers. And he threw it the one day and like he actually like left marks. Like he like really
know.
made
Do you
these
guys
things.
remember the little things that the girls would make, like the,
Oh, little
the
fortune tellers.
Yeah.
It'd be like, what's your favorite color? You'd be like, purple. You'd be like, PURPLE. And then they'd be like, pick a number 1, 4, 7, or 12. And you'd be like, 12. They'd be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Be like, what number? You'd be like, 1. They'd be like, you're a loser. And
By
then
the
we'll just run
way,
away.
those exact people are doing tarot card readings right now.
That girl, everyone had that girl in their school that had like
never even thought about it.
25. She didn't have her books in her desk. She just had her different little like fortune teller things. You know that girl.
you know what? I don't even. I didn't even remember that was a fortune teller thing. I just remember them having the thing.
That's exactly how it went every time.
No, because like they
Was
used to
it?
treat it like the 8-ball. It was
Yeah.
weird.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah,
like,
because I remember
magic
that thing, and
conch.
you like look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the magic conch.
yeah, and that was like another one. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be successful in life, and I'm like, you switched your things like just to make sure that person gets a certain thing. You were like, is your crush gonna work out? And like if the person didn't like you, like they'd switch it. Like, it's weird, but I'm telling you, man, they read palms and tarot cards now. They're like, I see a house
great-
in your future. I was
great
like, wow,
power within you.
great assumption. Like,
You will breathe air this week, and you will go to the bathroom.
I'm sensing.
you know, you're
At
gonna
least
see
twice.
somebody. You
I'm
know
sensing.
tomorrow.
I'm sensing someone. I'm sensing someone in your past. Is it a male? Is it a male figure? Maybe it's a female. It's someone that's close to you. It's a male or a female.
I've never known anyone ever.
Well, you're skipping the other 70 something.
Yeah,
You're skipping the other
You're the
70
worst.
something.
Oh.
Way to not be
That's the
inclusive,
thing.
Eddie.
That's the thing. This inclusivity.
Stop ruining our viewership.
This
Stop
inclusivity, this inclusivity stuff is gonna ruin fortune tellers because when they go, I'm sensing an energy. It's somebody that's important to you. It's a male or a woman. Oh my God, my grandmother. It's like the dude literally just said it's a male or a woman. It's a woman or a.
Well, you don't have to say that. You could just say, I sense an energy of an important person. And then just let them do the
Yeah,
rest.
and
They
then-
would just tell you stuff.
My grandmother. Oh yes, yes, yes. She's speaking to me right now.
Listen, like, I don't know, man.
Could we do it right now? Can you read his fortune? Give his fortune.
Show me your palm.
Yeah, good.
No. I'm saying
Right, ready?
No.
Look
Guide
at
him through it.
Bear
Guide him through it. Yeah.
You are going to go to the gym this week.
He
Nailed
might
it.
not. Look at him.
No, I'm not going.
I'm not going.
Oh God, let me pull that.
Horrible.
No, I'm not
That was
going
pretty
all
spot on.
week.
It's pretty spot on.
Yeah. I was gonna say you could just be like, I'm sensing an energy. So there's someone in your life. Someone in your life.
See, I thought we were gonna.
I'm
make
sensing
like
a
Rasen God
powerful
and just, like,
Cheeto
slam
figure in
faces.
your life.
Cheeto figure.
Well, you guys, it is past 7 o'clock.
It is definitely
is it really?
late, so let's go
yes.
ahead. Last comments.
Bye, friends.
I got nothing. Thank you, Frank,
Last
for coming on.
comments. We still got a question, but last comments.
Shout out to Brave Kimonos. I rep them when I'm on the mats and competing, and then my Hakai shorts because I like these guys.
And then also, don't forget the podcast lab.
The podcast lab. If you're looking to record a podcast, give
always
us a
get a
call.
plug.
And Eddie Dowd Real Estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, let the dude fight for you by calling 410-588-6536. Here we are for closing arguments or closing statements.
Questions.
Eric has a question of the 3 candidates running. There is now a third party. Remember?
Oh, so
Yes.
for president
2024.
you're going to pick Kanye West, Skeet, or John Wick.
John Wick. John Wick immediately.
Yo, John Wick is gaining in the polls.
John Wick is winning.
He's like up 3 right now.
Yeah.
But, like,
up 3.
so realistically-
Kanye was up like 6 or something. He's catching.
He's intelligent,
Kanye,
and he's
you're in trouble,
dangerous.
man.
So if you mess with him, he just takes you out in the sun. It's over.
He's weird
With
looking.
a
Man.
pencil.
Dude, it's
I don't
not
know.
about
I'm-
weird
I'm-
looking.
I'm still going for Kanye.
No, wait,
Just
Joker.
Trump looks like a cartoon character.
Well, hold on. I'm actually going for Swayze. So
Swayze for president.
yeah,
That's right.
Swayze.
No. We're talking about
Chael.
We're talking about
Chael
Like
Swayze.
Sonnen?
no, we're
No,
talking about
yes, Chael.
I was
Swayze.
like, I do not want Chael Sonnen to be a president. No offense, Chael.
no,
He might never
Pee-wee.
see this.
Pee Wee.
yeah, Pee Wee.
Herman?
No, he's a friend of ours that was on
He was on
Big
one of the
Fat Greek
episodes.
Wedding, and he was on the podcast.
And when we asked him the question, he said, "Screw that! I'm running for
yeah, he said,
president."
"Screw that, I'm gonna run."
Nah, I'm voting John Wick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who are
He
you?
used
You're
pencil.
still with Kanye?
I don't know, man. I'm on the John Wick now. I really enjoy
Honestly,
John Wick.
he's great. Yeah, the 4th one's coming out. I can't wait for that.
They're all great movies.
Straight
Have you seen Nobody yet?
entertainment. Who's nobody?
It's like another movie in the John Wick universe. It's a different guy.
Really?
Nobody. It's really good.
What's it on?
I don't know what's on. I actually bought it on DVD.
I thought the John Wick was horrible.
I'm gonna
you
write
watch
that
it?
down as soon as we're done because I
Yes.
want to go watch
And
it.
you gotta
thought
tell me
that
what you
movie
think because I love it.
sucked.
Ooh, absolutely.
I didn't like that
100%
movie.
You like John Wick?
And
You didn't like Nobody?
Didn't
You never
watch it.
watched it.
Eddie also stated that he fights for you, and like I've seen him square up with a homeowner before, so it's great times.
It's fun.
Punch
fun,
that
fun
guy
time.
right in the face.
Okay. Well.
You can't make an assumption about his gender.
Yep. And on that note, you guys, it's been a pleasure. And we'll catch you next time.
Bye, friends. Out, and this was the Rhino and the Dude. Talk to y'all soon. This epic music.